Okay, thank you. The bell said they ended at
3. standing for the playing of our national anthem by the Leland and Gray Concert Band.
Welcome, family, friends, administrators, teachers, and community members. I am Rebecca Williams, president of the class of 2018, and on behalf of our class, I want to welcome you all to this year's... There's no sound. Oh, okay. Hello? Okay. Now we're good. Can you guys hear me? Cool. Welcome, family, friends, administrators, teachers, and community members. I am Rebecca Williams, president of the class of 2018, and on behalf of our class, I want to welcome you all to this year's commencement ceremony. We are all happy that you are able to attend, and we hope you all enjoy as we have some amazing people whom we have chosen to speak today. And the first two people I would like to introduce today are our student speakers. These students were chosen to speak by our entire class. It was a challenging decision to make, but we finally decided on two students who I know will leave you laughing and reflecting back on fond memories of Leland and Gray. And so I want to welcome Kelsey Bostrom and Gary Gay III as our student speakers.
Thank you, they're white. How are we doing? Small, fist bump, fist bump. Okay, this is the key. Hello.
Good morning and welcome. Mr. Tebow, Mr. Anton, members of the school board, members of the faculty, parents, family, friends, and fellow graduates. Thank you for being here today. First of all, congratulations to the class of 2018. Woo. Many of us didn't believe we were going to actually see this day. We worked hard to get to this point, but to tell the truth, we didn't arrive here by ourselves. To all of you who were a part of the team helping us to get to this great day, we extend our heartfelt thanks.
As a class, we have had our struggles. For example, I entered detention the first day of our 7th grade year. Shout out Mr. Toll. The next day, more of our classmates earned detentions. Shout out Colton for the second day. And more detentions the day after that, all of you.
Though our behavior has improved, we still managed to foul up our senior prank, unfortunately injuring some members of our faculty. Again, we are sorry.
I'm not shouting at anyone for that one. Although we have had some mistakes, we have also had many successes.
Every single student sitting here has participated in something at this school beyond academics, whether it was traveling to China, Spain, Europe, or Central America.
participating in drama,
being a member of a sports team,
publishing poetry,
or organizing a blood drive. Thank you, Becca.
or setting a state record. Dakota Fillion. That was for track. Our class has really made an impact on Leland and Gray.
The successes that we have achieved so far clearly show that we are capable of doing anything we set our minds to. Without the help of the people around, such as our teachers, friends, family, our journey would not have been as successful. Thank you to everyone who has inspired, supported, taught, encouraged, and loved us.
I know that our class has not been the easiest one to deal with, but after these past 6 years together, we have accumulated many accomplishments. I am proud to be graduating with these successful, driven people and my classmates. I screwed up.
Not all of us really know. Not all of us really know what our lives will look like from this point forward. What we should keep in mind is this wise quote from Alan Alda. You have to leave the city of your comfort and go into the wilderness of your intuition. You can't get there by bus, only by hard work and risk, and by not quite knowing what you're doing. But what you'll discover will be wonderful. What you'll discover will be yourself.
Then we have a quote from the MC Firebomb mixtape. Shout out Young Snipes. It took 6 long years and lots of lessons. Getting that diploma gonna take some finessing because we all tied up loose ends at the very end to graduate.
Everywhere we go, there are going to be challenges. I'm asking that each of you graduates meet these challenges head on and use them to make yourself stronger. Connect these challenges with your self-worth. Knowing that you have succeeded or tried your best should show that you are worth something. Never give up. Try to excel in everything you do, big or small. When you succeed, you're not just helping yourself. You're helping society and making the people around you proud. Do all that you can do to reach your goals and live up to your potential. We are the future, so let's make the most of it.
You good? To conclude this speech, I'd like to share a story that really speaks to me and I hope speaks to the graduates as well. It's called The Priceless Stone. One day, a young boy asked his father what the value of his life is. Instead of answering, the father handed his son a rock and told him to sell it at the market. And if anybody asked the price, just to raise up 2 fingers without saying anything. The boy then went to the market and the woman asked, "How much is this rock? I want to put it in my garden." The boy did not say anything and raised up 2 fingers. So the woman said, $2, I'll take it. The boy went home and told his father that the woman wanted to buy the rock for $2. And the father said, "Son, I want you to take this rock to a museum. If anybody wants to buy it, do not say a word, just raise up 2 fingers." The boy then went to the museum. A man wanted to buy the rock. The boy did not say a word and raised up 2 fingers. So the man said, $200, I'll take it. The boy was shocked and went running home. "Father, a man wanted to buy this rock for $200. His father then said, "The last place I want you to take this rock is to a precious stone store. Show it to the owner and do not say a word. If he asks the price, just raise up 2 fingers. The son then went to a precious stone store and showed the stone to the owner. "Where did you find this stone? It is one of the most precious stones in the world. I must have it. How much do you sell it for?" The boy raised up 2 fingers and the man said, $200,000, I'll take it. The boy, not knowing what to do, ran home to his father. "Father, there is a man that wants to buy the stone for $200,000. His father then said, "So do you know the value of your life now? It does not matter where you come from, where you were born, the color of your skin, or how much money you were born into. It matters where you decide to place yourself, the people you surround yourself with, and how you choose to carry yourself. You may live your whole life thinking you are a $2 stone, or realize that everyone has a priceless stone inside. Therefore, surround yourself with the people who can see the priceless stone you are." I guess what we've learned in this, we have the responsibility to value ourselves highly. We'll replace ourselves as a value, or our value. Whether we choose to place ourselves in a market or a precious stone shop, we need to go forth in the world with a conviction that we are precious jewels, and then surround ourselves with people who can see our true worth. Choose the people you surround yourself with wisely, and as the future approaches, and realize it is okay to put yourself into different stores as long as you succeed and realize your worth. That is all. You good? I'm not sure what's happening. Okay.
Thank you again, Kelsey and Gary. The next person I would like to introduce is our keynote speaker. It was a hard decision because there are so many amazing people who have impacted our class in so many ways. We chose her because of how special she is to all of us. She has been with us from the beginning. She knows us as our bratty 7th graders and as difficult seniors, but she has been with us through a lot and has made our time at Leland and Gray amazing and memorable. And that is why I would like to welcome Amanda DeBishop, or Miss D, as our keynote speaker.
Hey guys. Hi. I'm really proud of you. Hey guys. Family, well-wishers, faculty, God, I'm short, administrators, community members, and celebrators. Before I give this commencement address, you should know 2 things about me and 1 thing about this class. The first is that I'm afraid to speak in front of large crowds. Despite being a teacher, trust me, they're different skills. This one doesn't quite translate. I'm shaking a little bit. The second is that I'm liable to cry. I'm sorry for that, sort of. It's inevitable. I have a lot of feelings, particularly about these guys. The one thing you should know about this class is that they're worth risking both of those vulnerabilities in order to say a few choice words to you all. So I'll thank you to do me a favor and bear with me here while I try to do my best by them. As a writer, albeit one of minimal accomplishment, I have a thing about cliches. What I mean is that I hate them. There's almost nothing more offensive to me. If you've written a story in my creative writing class, or if you've executed an upper-level paper in one of my English classes, you've already heard the etymological tale that I am about to tell, but it is worth hearing again. Who doesn't love a good origin story? The word cliché comes from the French, meaning to click. This refers to the time-saving practice in the days of the printing press of prefabricating stock phrases and clamping together the wooden blocks that spell them out. Printers did this in order to easily throw them into articles, advertisements, whatever might need to be distributed. The wood blocks would click as they were bound together, and that's where to click, cliché, comes from. For me as a writer and as a teacher of writing, there's a hierarchy of evil in these cliches that we routinely bundle and reuse as a culture. At both the top and the bottom of my list, pun absolutely intended, you'll follow me in a minute, is the roller coaster as an analogy for life. In the cliche sense, the roller coaster is used as an over-obvious indication of the ups and downs of life. Its dips and swells, its passions and depressions. Annoying, right? Too literal, too blatant, too bland, too absolutely plain and clear. Until you're actually sitting next to the valedictorian of the class of 2018, screaming along at 85 miles an hour on one of the most notorious roller coasters in New England. As soon as your bottom drops out, things start feeling a little less cliche. So I'll swallow my writer's pride and admit that my recent trip to Six Flags with this senior class and my subsequent physical encounter with a literal roller coaster has me thinking that at least for this commencement address, I need to change my tune a little regarding my most hated stock metaphor for life's inexhaustible variety, as Nick Carraway once put it. You guys remember The Great Gatsby? Yeah, you do? You weren't asleep? Cool. Nice. I'm proud of you. Regardless, here's my roller coaster lesson, and it is not mine alone. I hope the Honorable Valedictorian won't mind my sharing that she was petrified to get on that roller coaster with me. In fact, if I'm remembering correctly, she may have exacted a promise from me immediately beforehand to pay for any therapy she might need after the fact. Regardless, she did it. And she didn't mess around. There were no build-up coasters to this one, no practice runs, no transitional experiences. This fiercely determined lady went straight for the longest, fastest, most jarring ride in the park. And I had no hand in convincing her to do it. She simply decided. Does our heroine live to see another day after the breathless moment we slammed to a halt and slid back onto the platform? I suppose it's hard to create that sort of Dickensian suspense when you can plainly see her here before you today. But she did. And afterwards, I believe that both of us stepped off of that platform significantly changed. In this roller coaster parable, our valedictorian did precisely what valedictorians ought to do, and challenged herself in the most extreme way she knew how, demonstrating that the greatest possible personal growth comes from diving directly into what frightens you to the core. There's a spiritual principle that mirrors this same practice, that of gravitating towards what absolutely repels you, because it is there you will find a critical conflict in your life waiting to be wrestled and to be resolved. I feel confident in saying that I have a pretty good sense of what frightens the pants off of you, class of 2018. You may already realize this. In fact, you already mentioned it, but I suppose I'll mention again that I've been with you from the very beginning. In fact, in my first year as a teacher at Leland and Gray, I was assigned to your 7th grade class as an advisor. For 6 years, I have worked for you and with you. I have thought long and hard about you. I have taught you. I have tried to understand your needs and exceed your expectations in delivering them. I've questioned you. I've learned from you. I've advocated for you. I've been aggravated by you. I've pushed you. I've nurtured you. I've been challenged by you. And I've watched you evolve into the complex human beings who sit before all of us today. There is an intimacy in the relationship that I have with your class that I imagine to be almost parental, which, to be fair, may be too casual a thing to say for somebody who doesn't have biological children, but still. I feel I know what makes you tick, what shuts you down, what makes you mad, what sparks your interest, and of course, what scares you. I mean individually, what frightens each one of you. Many of you are afraid of not being perfect, so you either over or underperform, depending on which approach feels safer to you, perfectionism or pulling away. Many of you are afraid of vulnerability, so you camp out under a constellation of layers: screens, facades, bravado, distractions, solitude, clowning, diversion, and apathy. Many of you are afraid of uncertainty and either create a rigidly structured world for yourselves in which you are too constricted to breathe, or resist any order in your lives and flounder without a foothold. By naming your fears, I do not mean to make you seem like an anxious or overwrought group of graduates. I think in this way, and perhaps in only this way, you're pretty average. These are all deeply seated human concerns and equally human responses to them. I only mean to bring to the forefront of your minds the obstacles that you ought to make a beeline for, those terrors you should turn to in order to transform them into some singular and profound understanding as you enter this next phase of your life. It takes incredible strength to face those natural fears, a strength I've witnessed in all of you as you have expressed it in a million ways, large and small, over the course of these past 6 years. You are already well-versed in challenging authority, in critically questioning the ethics and practices of the institutions that affect you. You are champion arguers. You are deeply invested in the principles of equity and fairness. This is a stellar foundation from which to launch a proverbial strike against those fears with which you must inevitably struggle, and one which bodes well for the possibility of creating for yourselves a truly meaningful outcome in the process. As you graduate and move into whatever comes next, I urge you to continue to develop empathy and awareness, to dedicate yourself to that which is important to you, and to nurture focus, intention, and responsibility in your actions. Know that these people present today, your administrators and faculty, your families, this community, and above everyone else, the members of your graduating class, are a resource from which you can draw almost infinite inspiration and strength. I can't presume to know how our valedictorian changed as a result of our roller coaster ride. I can tell you that she swore to me up and down that she will never set foot on one ever again in her life. But I can hazard a guess that she does not regret either taking the risk that she took to test her limits or its result. As for me, I'm still reframing my understanding of roller coasters. They seem less to me now like cliche symbols of the wild ride of life, and more like poetic opportunities to strip away confused perceptions, others' notions of who you are and what you're capable of, your own understanding of your relationship with fear, and your peculiar ability to move through it and come out changed. So if we're modifying the cliche to suit our own purposes, as is appropriate for this class, you guys have never been one for cliche. It isn't the up and down of the metaphorical roller coaster that matters so much as the way you approach it to begin with, the transformational moment, and then how you step off the platform, what it is that you bring with you into the new way you walk about in the world. Graduates, this is the part where I'm gonna cry. I wish you the best of luck and no end of love as you find what it is that matters to you and set out to pursue it. Congratulations, class of 2018.
All right, she did borrow my car one time, and the seat was way up front. It is at this time that I am very proud to recognize formally our valedictorian and our salutatorian. I'm going to have them stand as I call their names. They were recognized last night and awarded a beautiful sash, which they are now wearing. A special gift from us is they get to keep those wonderful sashes forever and ever as a reminder of their accomplishments here at Leland and Gray. So, first, the valedictorian to whom our speechwriter was just referring to, Miss Rachel Sorrell. Please stand. Excellent work, Rachel. Our salutatorian for the class of 2018 is none other than the gentle giant, Mr. Carson Petty. At this time, again, I would like to have Miss Rebecca Williams come to the stage for our yearbook dedication.
Which page? Some?
I'm just going to read to you what we have written in our yearbook for her. You have been with us since the beginning, advising us, guiding us, loving us. We will treasure this time you put into each and every one of us. We've shared fierce laughter and fearful tears. Through both, we value your strength and hope to mirror your grace. Our hands are on your wall, now wrapped around you. We are with you as you are with us always. We dedicated our yearbook this year to Miss Hines. She has been with us since the beginning as one of our original advisors, and we just wanted to dedicate our yearbook to her.
At this time, I believe there are members of the senior class who will be making their way over to join the Leland and Gray Concert Band in our next performance.
What a great and glorious morning to honor these young people. Congratulations, class of 2018. For those of you who don't know who I am, I'm the husband of Ann Chapman, and Ann taught here for many, many years, and we lost Ann on April 5th, 2016 to cancer, very quickly. So I'm here to present for the third year in a row the Ann Elizabeth Chapman Memorial Scholarship. Although this year I have the great honor of introducing Ann's brother and her niece, who've come all the way from England, to do the presentation themselves. I'd like to introduce to you Michael and Ava Evans.
Thank you, Mark. As you can see, we've brought the weather. The only previous time I spoke at Leland and Grey was at the memorial service that the school held for Miss Chapman, Anne, which was a Fujical Friday fundraiser for this award. It was a deeply moving event, which I'll never forget. The students made heartfelt tributes to Anne, and we were presented with notes that the students had made about what Miss Chapman meant to them, such as, "You believed in me when I didn't believe in myself. You made me want to exceed my expectations. Miss Chapman, you said, if you can't get the ball, get the man, and don't tell anyone I told you that." Another less, more serious one. "I never thought I'd like English or poetry, but you went the extra mile when I couldn't. And I was able to enjoy something I tried hard not to like." Now, as moving as these and the many other tributes were, we realised that Miss Chapman is not the only person to provide this kind of inspiration. Today, we've got parents here who've been the shoulder to lean on, teachers who've opened up the world to you, and fellow students who encourage and lead by example. And the Ann Chapman Memorial Scholarship Award is for students who are open to that inspiration, who have the hunger to overcome challenges, and have their eyes open about how they can exceed expectations. And in the end, I think they inspire themselves and they inspire us, as we've been hearing today. The award is about those who show attributes such as kindness, tolerance, generosity, humour, collegiality and perseverance. And with all of that, I wanted Ava to join me today to understand what Miss Chapman meant to you, but also why the students of Leland and Grey were so important to her.
Hello, my name's Ava. I live in England and I'm 9 years old. Some of you may have heard of me through Miss Chapman, or as I call her, Auntie Anne. Auntie Anne used to visit us for almost all the summer when she bought me a lovely bunny called Rosie. And sometimes at Thanksgiving, she taught me how to draw moose using my feet as the antlers and how to draw turkeys using my hands for the gobbly bits, or as I found out they're called snoods. Auntie Anne was so creative, funny, lovely, and had so much fun. I had so much fun with her. She always wanted to do things together. That is why I wanted to be here today. When Daddy told me about the award, it made me think of a book I've been reading to my little brother Lenny. It's called The Very Hungry Caterpillar. The caterpillar needs to eat lots of food, but he eats too much of the wrong food and it gets a stomachache. Then it eats some of the right food and it gets better. Then it goes into a cocoon, but in the end it comes out as a beautiful butterfly. Congratulations to all of the beautiful butterflies graduating today. But the award goes to someone who spoke at Auntie Anne's memorial service and organised Fujical Fridays, and I'm sure Auntie Anne would be delighted. The award goes to Gary Gay.
Thank you, Mark, Michael, and Ava. That was fantastic. Next to the stage to give out the Lexi Scholarship, Mrs. Cherish Clark.
Congratulations to the class of 2018. The Alexis June G. Liller Scholarship is handed out to a senior that has chosen to go into the medical field, law enforcement, game warden. My daughter Alexis lost her courageous battle with cancer on November 12, 2013. I'd like to give the class a special message and one of Lexi's favorite sayings: live, love, and laugh. Live life to the fullest. Each one of you is special in your own way, as you are each country strong. This is your journey, so make the best of it. Sure, there will be mistakes made, but pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and try again. Love with all your heart. Be respectful. Yes, hearts will be broken, but in the end, it will be worth it. Someday you will look back and realize that you had to go through whatever it may be to get to your future destination. Laugh. It's the best remedy, better than any doctor could ever give. I hope you dance through life and your worries stay small, and always remember to be humble and kind. This year's recipient has been chosen for the Alexis Scholarship because of an exceptional essay, and at one point I thought she may have written it herself. I know our country's strong angel would be very proud, and I hope you take this through life with you and remember to always use your voice, and you can be whatever you set your mind to, no matter how many obstacles you have to face. So this year's recipient for the Alexis June GLL Scholarship is Dakota Fillion.
Give you a hug too. Thank you.
Next up to the stage to present the Ann Landenberger Scholarship is none other than Ann Landenberger.
Thank you. Whew. Flashback. Well, congratulations, class of 2018. It's been a stellar first act. While I've had a delicious year of sleeping past 4 a.m. this year for the first time, I have missed you all dearly. Thus, I'm honored to be here today to give the first Ann Landenberger Theater Arts Award, established last year by LNG Players alumni and by Abby Wicker, a class of 2002 and a lifelong player. That gesture humbled and delighted me beyond words, but more important is the testimony that bears to the fact that theater is the crossroads of myriad disciplines. Over the years, only a handful of players have gone on to pursue a life in the lively arts. Yet many have articulated over time the invaluable lessons of cooperation, innovation, invention, perseverance, focus, and resourcefulness gained here in theater and called upon out there in the real world. Moreover, they've discovered the creative spirit that each of you has too, unique, essential, and productive. This year's company of graduating players is ample and strong, and your award applications were testimony to your long-standing commitment to both your personal growth and the longevity of the players. This year's first award is shared by two. The first has been a rock for the players since she first joined crew in middle school. Unflappable, she saw us through many technical snags, solving countless problems with creative energy and keen intelligence. When Ms. Rowan took the helm of the players in the fall, this leader stepped up to her side to help guide her through the intricate process of changing a small gym into a theater. As a techie, a designer, creative force, and lighting guru, she's brainstormed through countless backstage conflicts while keeping everyone smiling along the way. She will be an asset to every community she works with in life, and that's Anna Kate Harrison. Oh boy, we lost it. Money. Okay. The co-recipient, when she came to LNG as an 8th grader, she started digging into all we have to offer, and she never stopped. In fact, in all my years of teaching and directing, I have never seen a student jump at opportunities the way this young woman and her sister have. Among other areas of school life, she enriched by her spirit, wit, smarts, and hard work. The players have benefited from her commitment behind the scenes as lighting captain and on stage. Her performance in Dracula last year was rich, informed, and complex. The minute she came back from her semester on the West Coast, she too was by Ms. Rowan's side to assist. Calm at heart, she's a born teacher when guiding other techies to bring the stage to light. With this sense of community she instinctively creates, she will move on always to inform and inspire others. Anastasia Stevens.
Been my honor for a number of years to present this next very special scholarship award, the Lisa's Love. The Lisa's Love Scholarship Award has been awarded each year since 2001 in memory of Lisa Young Noble. Lisa passed away in 2000 after fighting a courageous battle with a brain tumor. She grew up in the West River Valley and was a 1985 graduate of Leland and Gray Union High School. A person that will be remembered for her sense of humor, her dedication to family and friends, and her kindness and respect to others. Her family gives this award each year in remembrance of the loving daughter, sister, and aunt she was. And this year's recipient of a $1,000 scholarship is Cassidy Wyman.
Going off program here for a second.
Thought we were going to dance.
We're not gonna dance, Mel.
Okay.
I got 2 left feet. As we recognize students for the remarkable work that they've done in the 6 years that they've been here, and in fact in the 13 years of their education, I want to point out that we have a departure. After 35 years of serving in public education, the last 15, 16,
Here, yeah,
here,
16. Yep.
16 here in the valley,
This side of the river.
and leaving us to retirement at the end of this week, like next week. So I just wanted to make sure that we gave Miss Melanie Zielinski a nice round of applause.
Thank you very much. Should I say something? Okay. And now I've got the microphone. Thank you so much. I promise to be brief, and I'm not going to dance. Maybe I'll sing. No. I told Austin Morse's mom this morning and her mom, Cindy, that my career began in where I graduated in Winchester, New Hampshire 35 years ago. And Austin's parents were in my art class, and I was their school counselor. And it's come full circle on this side of the river now in Vermont, where their kid is graduating. So I can't tell you enough what a distinct honor it's been for me to learn and grow alongside your children and in their place and behind them, as I did a rough calculation, approximately 17,000 students that I've had the opportunity to work with. It's no wonder I'm tired. But thank you, and I'll miss all of you, and I will keep Leland and Gray close to my heart always. Thank you.
All right, for the next set of awards, I'm going to ask our intrepid class marshals to join us in helping distribute some of these scholarships and awards. To the seniors, if you hear your name as a lucky winner, stand in your seat, and one of these fine people will deliver the award to you. We're going to start with the Jack Lambert Science Award, awarded to a senior who has shown a strong interest in science and pursuing further education in this discipline, Miss Rachel Sorrell. The Fred Robinson Memorial Scholarship, awarded to a student who's been accepted to a technical college and will be given after successful completion of the first semester, Sage Hall. The American Association of University Women, awarded to a woman who's graduating who will be attending a 4-year college, and this is Cassidy Wyman. The Glenn E. Brown Memorial Scholarship is awarded to a senior who's pursuing higher education. We have 2 recipients. Marshals, are you ready for this? Olivia Brown and Morgan Stevens. The Leland and Gray Educational Foundation Scholarship is awarded to Cassidy Wyman. The Roland Gould Memorial Scholarship this year is awarded to Elizabeth Halvey. The Gateway Foundation Rotary Scholarship this year has 2 recipients, Miss Rachel Sorrell and Miss Cassidy Wyman. The Patricia Greenwood Memorial Scholarship this year is awarded to Miss Haley Brown. The Mount Lebanon Chapter number 89 Order of the Eastern Star Scholarship is awarded to 3 people this year, Rebecca Williams, Dakota Fillion, and Olivia Brown. The Esther C. Lemoria Memorial Scholarship this year is awarded to Elizabeth Bills. The Wyndham Central Education Association Scholarship is given to a student who's planning to pursue a career in teaching, Mr. Adam Culver. The Ted Fisher Memorial Award is given in support of athletics, good sportsmanship, determination, and willingness to work, Mr. Nathan Clausen. The Leland and Gray Alumni Association give 2 awards, beautiful silver bowls. These are awarded by the coaches of athletic teams for the basis of conduct in games, attitude, loyalty to the team and school, and so on and so forth. And the awards this year go to Ms. Mariah Hazard and Mr. Carson Petty. The Francis Capon Memorial Award this year goes to 2 seniors, Miss Olivia Brown and Mr. Dakota Fillion. The Arthur S. and Hazel Parent Darden Scholarship this year goes to Mr. Austin Morse. About halfway through. Marshall's holding up okay? Yeah? Okay, good. Just checking. The Grace Cottage Memorial Award goes to Cassidy Wyman. The John Paul Williams Endowment Fund Award goes to Miss Hannah Petronic. The Friends of Music Scholarship goes to a student who's made exceptional contributions to the music department, Mr. Gabriel Vanny Phillips. The Mary Elizabeth Adams Memorial Award this year goes to Kenny Cashman. The J.B. Stearns Memorial Award goes to Mr. Adam Culver. The Eleanor and Arlo Monroe Arts Award for a student planning to study the arts, Mr. Gabriel Vanny Phillips. The Francis Lucier Memorial Scholarship. This is award to a senior with the highest GPA who has participated and received varsity letters in at least 2 sports, Mr. Adam Culver. This next award is one of my favorite awards because I believe it really speaks to what we want from our students. But the Jeffrey Mantell Award is given to the senior who is considered by members of the underclass to be the most thoughtful of underclassmen. This year, Mr. Dakota Fillion. The Roy and Margaret Brooks Scholarship Award goes to Mr. Carson Petty. For the last couple of awards, we are going to ask the seniors to come up front and receive these awards. The first one is the John Newton Scholarship. This award was given first at the 1976 graduation by the class of 1976 in appreciation of John Newton. John was the first principal of the newly formed Leland and Gray Union High School in September of 1969 and remained at Leland and Gray until June of 1976. 2 years later, the Messenger Yearbook was dedicated to Mr. Newton, not because he was a saint, as the students wrote, but because he believed in and cared for the school and all of its people with all of his courage and energy. This year, the John Newton Award, given by the senior class, goes to Miss Rebecca Williams. The Arlo P. Monroe, the other big one, is awarded for scholarship, loyalty, and achievement. Was established to honor Mr. Monroe's dedication to the young people of the West River Valley during his years as headmaster of the Leland and Gray Seminary. This award is given in donations by the staff, and this year's award goes to Mr. Carson Petty. The last set of awards are the Honorable John Barrett Awards. To present those to staff members, Ms. Phoebe Connolly and Ms. Tammy Clausen.
This kind, helpful, and loyal young man has a special place in many hearts at Leland and Gray. If you ever need someone to help with anything, he is the go-to guy. He has been a loyal and hardworking assistant to Sharon, a stalwart presence at school dances, aiding Miss Z as her co-chaperone. He always made sure his class got their spirit points. He has a great sense of humor and playful demeanor, which he uses to both entertain and tease his teachers. His favorite teacher to tease and entertain was Miss Chapman, although he teased me pretty well too. An avid history enthusiast, he loves to talk with his social studies teachers about the latest thing he has learned. Though his absence from Leland and Gray will surely be felt, we know he will still stay in touch. For his reliability, engaging manner, and all-around helpfulness, we are happy to recognize Chris Wright with an Honorable John Barrett Award.
This young lady is a friendly and thoughtful person. She persevered in her classes and always did her best to meet the expectations of her teachers. She overcame the frustrations and learned to meet the challenges with honesty, optimism, and humor. In the end, she will be remembered for her kind heart and helpful nature. We know that these qualities will be a part of who she will always be. We acknowledge Emily Maturo with an Honorable John Barrett Award.
Hardworking, determined, and helpful are just 3 adjectives that describe this wonderful young lady. At school, she is a go-to person for many. Her tremendous work ethic has made her a pillar of her class, and she can always be relied upon to get the job done. She brings passion, commitment, and good humor to all her endeavors, both inside and outside of school. From basketball to dirt bike racing, this young lady pushes herself to be the best she can be. This makes her a true role model for others. In the classroom, she challenges herself by taking rigorous courses. She is also active in the community as a member of the Grafton Fire Department. Her presence will be missed around the school, and we feel sure that the traits that have made her such a valued member of our community have inspired others here to follow in her footsteps. For being an exceptional role model and an invaluable member of our community, the Leland and Gray community would like to recognize Morgan Stevens with an Honorable John Barrett Award.
Quiet and self-effacing, this young man tends to fly under the radar. But that, as it may, his willingness to serve his school and community has not gone unnoticed. At school, he has served as a student member of the Leland and Gray School Board and was a regular and reliable peer tutor after school in the library. In Townsend, he is a volunteer fireman and is always willing to lend a hand, whether directing traffic at the annual horse parade or parking cars at the Grace Cottage Fair Day. Recently, he finished an internship at Rescue Inc. and is a certified EMT. In recognition of his generosity, sense of duty, and trustworthy nature, we are pleased to recognize Dominic Schmidt with an Honorable John Barrett.
During his years at Leland and Gray, this intelligent and down-to-earth young man has matured into someone who is empathetic, thoughtful, and appreciative of the efforts others make on his behalf. In our large community, this student is a valued member of the Newbrook Fire Department. Here at school, he is known to be a well-informed and quick-witted conversationalist who takes a genuine interest in the views of teachers and peers alike. As a seasoned member of the lighting crew for the Leland and Gray Players, he has become an important leader and mentor. Lighting a show isn't easy. It takes countless hours to design colors and memorize cues, and hours more, while perched high on scaffolding, to hang and adjust hot lights. Show after show, this student has kept his cool and his smile, managing to find creative ways to solve complicated problems. In recognition of his maturity, competence, helpfulness, and sense of humor, we are proud to present Josh Garland with an Honorable John Barrett Award.
Every student has a story, and this young man's story is one of struggle, hardship, resilience, and strength. Struggle and hardship characterized in his early high school career spent stumbling over typical teenage hurdles. Resilience and strength describe his atypical persistence to improve as a student and a human being. This young man always advocates for what he believes in and does so in a respectful, even-handed fashion. This was never more evident than in the eloquent and compassionate speech he delivered at the student walkout regarding gun control and student safety this spring. Bravely vulnerable is how one teacher has described the student. In his sophomore year, Leland and Gray suffered a devastating loss when English teacher Ann Chapman passed away. At an assembly, this young man stood and paid homage to Mrs. Chapman. With genuine words filled with love, sadness, and honor, this student helped our school community heal. He also spearheaded a fundraiser for the Ann Chapman Memorial Scholarship, selling foodsickles every Friday during lunch. To say that this student is a leader is an understatement. He glides between constructive cliques with an ease and respect that is unmatched. He is honest, respected by his peers and by younger students, and both confident and compassionate. He has become an immensely important member of our school community and a role model for all students here at Leland and Gray. And who could forget this young man's alter ego, rapper Ronnie G. Gary Gay, we are proud to present you with an Honorable John Barrett.
I think we should have two mics next year. One that's up high, one that's down low. All right, seniors, are you ready? Because it is time to give you your paper. All right. Bear with us as we set up and prepare for the distribution of diplomas.
Okay, maybe your attention. I'll be reading your name, so be ready, which means you need to focus. Gage Astley. Shake and take. Hugs. Can you see out of them?
Yes, I can see out of these.
Colton Saber Bills. Always remember that.
Yeah, I think they're
Cute as an Amish kid. Elizabeth Irene Bills. Jamie Juno Blase.
Thank you.
Kelsey Elizabeth Bostrom.
There she blows.
Haley Jean Brown. Olivia Lynn Brown. Amber Marie Caceres.
Thank you.
Kenneth Cashman.
Thanks, Missy.
Nathan Lawrence Clausen. Adam Culver. Last of the Culvers. Get an RV, head out. Caleb Andrew Dagg. Lauren Nicole Derry. Luke DeGrenier. Way to go, Luke.
Thank you.
Joel Gardner Emmons.
Thank you.
Well done.
How's it going?
Good, so far I'm retiring. John Riley Faulkner. Well done. Thank you so much. You're so welcome. Dakota Lewis Fillion.
Thank you for everything.
Joshua Vincent Garland. Gary Gay III. Do you want one from the podium of you and everybody, or no, you're good?
We might. I don't know. Thank you.
Or with Phoebe? Sean Christian Griffin. Sage Althea Joy Hall. Elizabeth Kathleen Halvey. Anna Catherine Russell Harrison. On a sign somewhere. Mariah Grace Hazard. Here they go, Mariah. Thank you. Jacob Leon Iris.
Missy, Missy.
Abram Jackson. Emma Page Lane. Danielle Mac Flood. Emily Ann Maturo. Patrick Martin McDonald.
Let's go, Pat!
Brought the old fan club, huh?
Yeah, everyone.
Patrick Warren Meyer. Austin Cooper Morse. writers forever. Kaya Leilani Mulligan. Way to go, Kaya. Alexander Jordan Pelton. Wicked. Hannah Elizabeth Petronic. Carson Petty. Staple 'em. Oh, way to go, Susan. Emily Nicole Pluff. Dominic Schmidt. Rachel Monique Sorrell. Roller coasters. Anastasia Stevens. Morgan Lynn Stevens. Gregory Stolp. Gabrielle Vanny Phillips. Jared Casper Wilkins.
Thank you.
Rebecca Lynn Williams.
I did.
Christopher Jordan Wright. Cassidy Alyssa Wyman. Sanchez. And in absentia, Onaya Lee, Irene Archer, Charlie Sunshine Sperling, and Max Cobb.
Okay, so it is with great appreciation for my to my co-advisors, Ms. Hines and Mr. Bishop, over the many years, that with great pride, lots of love, and immense hope for your futures, I present to you the Leland and Gray 2018 graduated seniors.
Before the conclusion of the ceremony, we will be entertained once more, this time by the high school chorus under the direction of Mr. James Pecksock.
stream that meets a boulder halfway through the wood. Who can say if I've been changed for the better? Because I knew you. I have been changed for good. It well may be that we will never meet again in this lifetime. So let me say before we part, so much of me is made of what I learned from you. You'll be with me. You'll be with me like a handprint on my heart. And now whatever way our stories end, I know you have rewritten mine by being my friend. Like a ship blown from its mooring by a wind off the sea, like a seed dropped by a skybird in a distant wood. Who can say if I've been changed for the better? Because I knew you. Because I knew you. I have been changed for good. And just to clear the air, I ask forgiveness for the things I've done you blame me for. But then I guess we know there's blame to share. And none of it seems to matter anymore. Like a comet pulled from orbit as it passes the sun. Like a stream that meets a boulder